Morning, everybody. Ben here in my car. It's Saturday morning. Gonna go out to do some yard sales. The weather is very overcast. Not that hot, but we have thunderstorms in the forecast. Maybe in a few hours. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I actually saw signs for yard sales in my neighborhood. So honestly, I'm just gonna cruise around for a little bit, see what I can find. I got some trades in the mail, some other items in the mail that I'm gonna show off. Some interesting things there. And I'm actually going to the post office. I can't quite get it in the picture, but I'm sending some stuff off for eBay, as well as a trade with somebody I met on Facebook from one of the Facebook groups. I'll talk about that more. If you're liking this stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. The likes help us get seen, and we're trying to shoot for 1,000 subscribers. Thanks so much for those who enjoyed the PS1 collection video, the previous video, the 5 most expensive and the 5 I recommend. I might do something like that again in the future with some other systems. Anyway, let's see what we can find. All right, so it's the next day, Sunday, late morning. Getting ready to do some stuff with my family, but I wanted to record. Yesterday you saw the intro, you saw the intro just moments ago, where I was talking about going out yard sailing. So this pickups video, for the actual pickups, I want to show you what we got yesterday at yard sales. It was modest, but pretty decent overall, as well as show some stuff I got off of eBay, and finally a trade with another YouTuber. So I'm going to save the YouTuber trade for last because there's some really amazing stuff in it, and I want to make sure I give a shout out to him when the time comes. But first, why don't we get into the yard sale pickups from yesterday? Overall, I actually spent very little. I think I spent $18 total on all of these items. The way I would characterize the yard sales yesterday, I left right around 8 a.m. because there was some yard sales really close to my house, and I was only out until maybe 9:30 or so. And I made a trip to the post office too to ship some things out for another trade that's going to come up in a future video. But I went out. It was kind of sparse, not a whole lot of people out. I think the weather was a little overcast, so there were some yard sales, but really not a lot of people looking for yard sales either. So the things that were there, just nothing was really picked through or anything like that. So I think we did okay. The first item I got, and this was absolutely free, was a Sega Game Gear. It's missing the battery covers, and it came with Sonic 2, which is a whatever game. I haven't even tested this. I imagine it doesn't work. I went up to the ladies' yard sale, and I always make sure I ask about things. Do you have any video games? And she says, oh, I've got this weird Sega thing that's been sitting around forever. I was just going to throw it out. And she brings it out to me. I'm like, oh, that's a Game Gear. And she's like, do you think it works? I was like, well, to be honest, I don't think it does. She's like, well, fine, if you want to just take it. And I'm like, okay, great. So honestly, I don't really need another broken Game Gear. I actually just got the one in a recent video where it's modded and everything. So we'll put this up for trade or sale. And broken ones do sell. So I'll take it. Their neighbor right around the corner, same deal. They had some stuff out. I did notice they had some Pokemon things and random sort of nerd stuff out. So I made sure I asked about video games. Kid came out, brought out a game for $1, Lego Battles for DS. I'm not really interested in it, but for $1, I pretty much pick up any DS game that's complete. That'll go up for trade. I don't think I'll get that much for it. Maybe $5, $6, whatever. The next pickup I've got from the yard sales. You guys want to know about things I get that are not video games that I pick up? Well, as you know, I often pick up calculators. I found another, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I haven't tested it yet. A TI-84 Plus calculator. A few videos ago, you may have remembered at a flea market, I picked up one of these for $3. I ended up selling that item for $50, and I'll maybe show a little thing about it right here. So I was willing to pay. This was on their table for $10. It wasn't powering on. I asked if they would do $5, and they said yes. Great. Even if it doesn't work, I'll get my money back. But something tells me I'll be able to get the full $50 on it. Love flipping graphic calculators. I mean, I find TI-83s, TI-84s all the time, and you pay very little for them and get a nice return. Next pickup I got, these were $1 each, plus there's a little bit of a potential future opportunity here. Guy, he was selling stuff, I guess, out of his mother's house. For some reason, she had a bunch of sealed media set up for $1 each. I asked him about video games, other video games. He said no, but that he might have some in his basement, so he took my number down. Maybe he'll text me. I don't really know. Maybe I'll text him this week. I'm not really sure. But these were all $1 each. First, I picked up Westworld Season 1 on Blu-ray. I mean, I enjoy the show a lot. It's a lot of fun. But I don't think I'm going to keep it because I just stream this stuff. So I think I could probably get $30 to $35 for that shipped. So for $1, why not? And then 2 sealed video games. So Final Fantasy 13, this thing's sealed. It's even got the stickers and stuff on it. I think I can get $20 to $25 for a sealed copy of Final Fantasy 13. The game's okay. It's got some issues, but I don't really go collect sealed stuff. I'll just trade it, and for $1, why not? And then there was also a sealed copy of Cars 3 Driven to Win on PS4. I don't know why these were there, and they were just sitting there for $1 each, so I picked it up. Maybe $15 to $20 sealed. I don't really know. But again, sealed video games for $1, I'll take them and figure it out later. The last yard sale in that neighborhood that was just right around the corner from the other two I mentioned, a lady just put out a random box of video games. She's like, I don't know what it is. Do you want this stuff? Just give me an offer. I need to get rid of it. And eventually, I ended up paying $10 for this whole box. This is really nothing special. It's a lot of sort of fluff, I guess you could say. But there's good enough stuff here to trade, and then also some cases that I'm going to keep and maybe use to complete games. So we've got Disney Infinity. This is a whatever thing. I don't even think this is worth $5. We have a number of cases. I mean, this is the thing that really drew me to it, was that there were a lot of empty cases, that some of which I could just use and gut for my custom cases, and others that I could definitely use to complete games. So just a few random cases, just of shovelware. Nothing too special here. You know, little My Baby Girl, Littlest Pet Shop. I mean, these things are useful, but I don't really care. Cooking Mama 2, I might be able to put that together and sell it on eBay. And then 4 actually good games, but just the cases. So Pokemon Sun, really was disappointed that this wasn't in there, because that would have been a good one to flip. Mario Kart DS, again, not in there. Mario, I'm checking again just to make sure. Mario DS, not in there. And Mario 3D Land, again, not in there. But even the cases have some value to them. And then all of these games actually were complete in box. And it's all, again, it's mostly shovelware. But the truth is, I can probably get $5 to $10 each on these. And so I was willing, again, for the whole box for $10, sure, why not? This one's probably the best one. Hello Kitty, Big City Dreams. Definitely a resale one. I have no interest. Disney Magical Jewels, Championship Pony, a couple Pets games. Again, not really that exciting. Club Penguin, Monster High, Imagine Sweet 16, and Build-A-Bear Workshop. There's also in here a couple other weird random things. Something TV quiz. I don't think this is special. It was just in the box. And then 2 loose games. Polly Pocket Super Splash Island. Again, I'm guessing it's probably worth like $3 or something. And then the Daring Game for Girls. So again, just shovelware. I'll use them to bundle with systems or whatever. Oh, one other thing that was in here, and I should just make sure there's nothing else in this box, but one other thing, I went to another yard sale. I asked them if they had video games. They said no, but then these little girls ran to the window of my car as I was pulling off. I said, you should take these cards. They came with our 3DS. We don't want them. And I said, okay. It's those AR cards for 3DS. I don't really want them, so maybe I'll just give them away to somebody. But, you know, I figure I'd pay it forward or whatever. They were literally just about to throw them away. So that's it for the yard sale stuff yesterday. Nothing too crazy. I don't think I'm keeping a single thing except maybe the cases. Everything here is going to be for resale, but the reality is I spent about 90 minutes out. You know, just the calculator and the 3 sealed pieces of media, I think are going to get me like $150 maybe. So, or maybe not quite that much, but we'll definitely make our money back and then some. You know, these cases, DS games, I mean, we may have gone out and gotten like $200 to $250 in total value for only 90 minutes and first thing in the morning. So I can't complain about that, even though it wasn't like blow me away stuff. The next stuff I'm going to show is all online. So before we get into the trade, there are actually 2 eBay pickups I made. I keep an eye out, and you should too if you have an eBay account, for like the bonus things like $5 off 15 or bonus eBay bucks, so you get some gift certificates in the future or something like that. Because sometimes you'll get like a $5 or $10 off coupon, and then if you can maybe negotiate someone down $5 or $10 on an item, you can end up getting a really good deal. So I took advantage of that, and I found this copy on Genesis of Ride-In Trad. It's a shoot 'em up type game on Genesis. This game probably goes for like 30 to 35 loose, and I ended up spending $15 for it. So I think I negotiated it down to 20, and then I had a $5 coupon. So $15 for like a $35 Genesis game, I'm really happy about, and that'll go into the collection. And then the other thing I picked up off of eBay is a case for Samurai Western and the case art. So you may have remembered I got this disc several months ago. There was a big trade where I got a bunch of stuff in return, and one of those things was a loose disc copy of Samurai Western. I do try and complete these games, and I do from time to time. Somebody had one up for $50. I put it on watch list. I was making offers to them, but they weren't responding. I guess maybe they were away or something. But eventually they got back to me and they accepted an offer of $30, which is probably a little less than what the case goes for. 30 shipped is pretty good for this. And I still need the manual, but we're getting close to a complete box copy of a pretty hard to find game. So again, like be creative in how you build collections. You know, if you're willing to go for loose stuff, put things together, cobble it together. If you get good deals on the components, you can really get some nice things in time if you're patient. So that was a really good pickup. Happy to add that to the collection. The last pickup here is from a trade. So the channel I traded with, he started, we went back and forth a little bit. He, I think, found my channel first, if I'm not mistaken. He commented on some things. I went on his videos. I thought they were pretty entertaining. And then we were starting to talk on Instagram about trades. This guy, his name's Pick and Ship. I'm going to put some information on his channel, both first here in like a graphic or something, but also in the description. So make sure you check out his channel, subscribe, like his stuff, check it out. I'm sure he'd really appreciate it. We came to an agreement on a trade. Really, one of these guys looking for Nintendo stuff. You know, you'll see on his channel if you watch, he really focuses on things like GameCube, Nintendo 64, stuff like that. Definitely a much more focused collection than mine. You know, mine's all over the place. His is really focused, and he's in the building phase, whereas I'm like in this sort of different kind of phase of my collecting where I'm like filling up gaps in huge collections and stuff like that. Anyway, he had recently gotten some hard to find PS2 games that I was interested in, and also had some Dreamcast games he was willing to part with. I traded a bunch of GameCube and N64 stuff. I have some pictures. I'm going to put them up here, and I'm going to encourage you. He hasn't posted his video yet of the stuff I sent, but I encourage you to check out his channel so that when he shows my stuff, you can see in full detail everything that I sent over. It was a pretty fair trade. I used price charting, to make it even. You know, we were looking at first at eBay sold, but the problem with eBay sold is that it varies so much. So to make it like a apples to apples thing, I just took price charting, I put some items together, made the value equal, and came up with a trade. So as far as the Dreamcast games I got, nothing too crazy, just games to fill out the collection. You know, I am trying to build the Dreamcast collection right now. It's one of my probably smaller collections at the moment, although it's getting a lot bigger. Roadsters, that's one, just a racing game. I think it's supposed to be okay. Rippin' Riders, which I think I had loose. Test Drive Le Mans. I had this loose, so now the loose copy is available for trade. And Tee Off, a golf arcade style game. All fun games, happy to add them to the collection. And those were just sort of, for me, filler titles for the Genesis. Also picked up on PS2 Fur Fighters Vigo's Revenge. This looks cool. I actually have not played this or owned it. I was kind of surprised I didn't have it, but we're going to add this one to the collection. The two games that really drew me into this were harder to find PS2 titles. You know, I am trying to build the PS2 collection. You just saw I had Samurai Western right there. I recently picked up Risk of Rain. I've got Haunting Ground. I've got the Silent Hill games. You know, we're really trying to fill out the hard to find stuff. So the first game, as part of the trade that he sent me, was Trapped. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is one of the games in the Deception series. I could be wrong about that. I'll correct myself in the little edit if I am. But I think this is about like setting up traps and things like that to catch enemies. It's supposed to be all right. It's in great shape. A game I didn't have, hard to find, and yeah. So thank you so much on that one, Pick and Ship. The other game is Red Ninja End of Honor, excuse me. This is a ninja game, also pretty hard to find. I didn't have it. It is, again, complete in box, really nice shape. I had to give up some good stuff for this. You know, one of the games I gave up a Mario Party 3. I gave up some GameCube stuff. I think Pikmin was one of the games. And the truth is that if you want to get good stuff, you sometimes have to make trades. But that's why I try to build up my trade bait get some good doubles out there, make some other shrewd purchases, so that when it comes time to make a trade and get something you want, you have things to offer, and I did here. So thanks so much. I believe his name's Tyler. Tyler, thank you very much. Check out his channel. I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Make sure if you do check out his channel that you put a comment or something and say, I came over from Ben Schmiller's YouTube or something like that, so that he knows that you came over here from me. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Anyway, that's it for this week's pickups. A reminder again, I'll be at Too Many Games Game Swap a week from today for me recording. I don't know if that's when this will go up, but June 27th. I should be there about all day. I'm going to try and get there early and stay for several hours before I have to go back to Baltimore. But I would love to make trades with people. I'm going to try and bring some trade bait. I've been posting on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll put some stuff here as well as in the description about how to reach me on Instagram if you're interested in doing a trade. Make sure you like the video. The likes really help the channel get seen. So every time you hit like, it pushes me up and makes it more likely that other people will find me. Leave a comment if you found anything about this interesting or have any questions or want to do a trade in the future. And of course, subscribe to the channel. As of this morning, we are at 659 subscribers, which is really great. Thank you so much, all of you who support the channel. I really appreciate it. But I'm trying to get to 1,000, so the more subscribers, the better. We're really doing well, and want to grow the channel even more. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Be safe out there, and see you next time.